feel about Supercell's marketing strategy, or lack thereof, I guess, when it comes to their games. I say lack thereof. Obviously, they have, I mean, namely in Brawl Stars, they were in Mr. Beast, Squid Games.
And while they're fighting for their chance in this competition, I want to tell you guys about Brawl Stars, who helped fund this video, which cost over $3.5 million. Thank you so much. Brawl Stars is a mobile game you can play at home, on the go, in this arena, wherever you want, against millions of people across the world. It's 3 minutes of adrenaline-filled mayhem, and they have 12 different game modes, including their own battle royale, which is kind of similar to what we're doing here. You said you played Brawl Stars?
We both did.
Oh, you both played Brawl Stars? What are your thoughts on Brawl Stars?
That's pretty fun. It's a mobile game. You can download it on Android or Apple.
I didn't tell him to say this. As you can see, you see the Brawl Stars logo, he did it. They have over 50 different characters you can play as, from a vintage-driven robot to a cactus named Spike that kind of looks like Nolan. Hey! And like all our contestants here are leaving with $2,000 for free today, every single person that plays Brawl Stars in the next 7 days, I will personally be giving you a free prize. So if you haven't already, go download it. If you yell, "Thank you, Brawl Stars," before you throw, I hear you'll flip it.
Thank you, Brawl Stars!
Oh, it worked for him! Oh my God, it's true!
Thank you, Brawl Stars.
Which I heard was super unsuccessful, actually. But first, today's video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. That's right, guys, and I love Raid so much that I am uploading every single day on my second YouTube channel. We're approaching 200,000 subscribers. Tons of Raid Shadow Legends content here for you guys, even beginner's guides to help you out on your raid journey. So guys, if you're unfamiliar with Raid Shadow Legends, now over 800 champions in the game, dozens and dozens of bosses. They're adding new content all the time, tons coming later this year and next year as well, and mythical champions were just added to the game. So guys, I'm just gonna share a couple of my mythical champions. Mythical champions are basically a new rarity, right? Even better than legendary. They look amazing, and not only do they have one form that does all of these skills, right? Kind of like at work, you're more buttoned up, professional, ready to go, stiff as a board, and then you get home, and you let loose a little bit. You let loose, you let it all hang out. That's exactly what Metamorph's all about. So we have the Metamorphed version of the champion as well, the mythical champions, and they have all these different new abilities, and you can switch right back in between both versions. So kind of like two champions in one. Now you can get these champions by opening the new primal shards, or Lady Mikage here, you can actually get her in the game right now as a permanent fusion. So you can fuse and get your hands on this mythical without having to open any shards at all. But did you think I wasn't going to tell you about the Halloween event, guys? October 15th to November 10th. Go ahead and head over to raidyard.plarium.com, enter your in-game ID, and get a chance at digging up a bunch of goodies from the Raid Yard, including, well, you can see it, Amazon gift cards, real-life prizes, champions, and much, much more, guys. Even old players can go ahead and visit the website for a nice creepy promo code. So guys, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and download Raid Shadow Legends for free right now. The QR code is on the screen. It's iOS, Android, and PC on Plarium Play. And do you think I'd let you go without any goodies? I have some goodies for you guys as well. If you download right now, you'll get a free copy of Talia, an epic champion, as well as some silver energy refills, epic skill tome, and an XP booster. Download Raid. Thank you, Raid, for sponsoring today's video.
It has mixed reviews at Supercell.
Yeah, I won't give up any of my sources.
Which I can't share anybody's individual personal opinions. But
I heard this. I heard that it drove millions and millions and millions of players, and it was all crap users. Like, basically, that's a mean way to put it, but like they deleted after a day, essentially, like, or a very, very long, you know, like the quality of player was down. But anyway, I say all that to say we don't have the data, so we don't know. But I say, you know, sometimes I see these ads constantly for every other mobile game in the world, and I'm like, man, that would be awesome.
Legends.
yeah.
Forget
Raid.
everything you think you know about mobile gaming.
And well, they spend $5 million, and granted, this is part of their model. Like, this is part of their strategy in launching the game, and it's quite different. But with all that being said, is they spend, you know, $5 million plus a month on just influencer marketing. But Supercell does not, right? They don't. Very few and far between, I should say, right? In terms of certainly influencer marketing. Do you think that they should? Do you think they should?
Well, I think that they already are. Slowly, I think they're ramping things up. I mean, you know the whole. You know more about the whole chess royale thing than I do. Like, they've been doing a lot of different types of things. They had campaigns from, like, they did Clash of Clans campaigns with old school RuneScape content creators. which I only happen to notice because I play a lot of old school RuneScape. But
I remember that about you.
Yeah. So they are. It just hasn't been as much as previous, and I think that what their goal is not to like completely change how they've done things ever, because Supercell has always typically grown just because of word of mouth, and I think that it allows them to focus on other things and allows them to spend more money on development and improving their games than it does on actual advertising. And I think that overall their take on it is healthy. As a content creator who creates content on YouTube, I would love it if they tried to do a lot more ads on YouTube, because that would bring more viewers to my channel. But as for what's healthy for the actual game, I think it's honestly best for them to focus on making the game more fun and enjoyable. It's funny because Squid Game happened right before their most unpopular update ever in Brawl Stars history. It was when they released Gears, and it was when they released Club League. Yeah. Sorry, it was Brawl Stars' version of Clan Wars, right? And they made some silly decisions with Club League when it comes to golden tickets, if you guys are aware of that, which they soon rectified. But then it took them basically 8 months for them to improve Gears, and everybody's feedback on YouTube was, Gears are bad. Gears are bad. This is terrible. What the heck are they thinking? This makes absolutely no sense. A lot of what Clash Royale was experiencing, but for Brawl Stars, it was the only time we had really experienced that. So for those 8 months, it was pretty awful. In fact, I made 2 videos, an hour long, listing all of the issues with Gears. And in fact, I know that you're probably wanting to talk a little bit about me quitting Reddit.
That is the next
we'll
topic,
talk about,
my friend.
We'll talk about that. Well, this is actually where all that started, okay?
Okay.
And that was that I outlined every single issue with Gears, and Gears are okay now. But back then, they were awful. Every single design aspect from it that I could possibly perceive of it, it was just not good. They just could have done better. It was highly monetized. It was uninteresting. You bought power that wasn't worth the coins, and didn't even give you that much of an advantage. But all of a sudden, in order for you to max out your account, you had to spend 50% more time or 50% more money on the game. It was just bad.
Yeah.
And I outlined that, and the community was like, this is the best video ever. Somebody is speaking our opinions. I haven't heard anybody outline all of my issues with Gears to a better ability than what Kairos just did. It was on Reddit. The community was praising me as the voice of the community and saying, praise Kairos because he has our backs. He's willing to go and fight against Supercell for us. And Supercell's the enemy and we hate them. And Kairos is the one person that can actually make a difference. And I had bittersweet feelings about that. I was like, cool, I'm the voice of the community.
I wanted to ask before you but you're answering the question already. You got to be real. It feels good when you're like that.
It does feel good to be,
I don't care who you are,
toxic,
Yeah.
But to have all these people praising for you or bandwagoning with your opinions and saying, yes, Supercell, what Kairos said is right. He's like that felt good. But I say it was bittersweet because at the same time, I know that the developers, I've met, maybe I don't know all the developers individually now, but at some points, I have known every single individual Brawl Stars developer, and I know how passionate they are about the game. These are not developers that don't care about the game. They are very passionate about it. They care more about the game than 99% of the players. Genuinely, they do.
Sure.
And for me to take 2 hours and just hammer every single piece of detail of why their update was crap and why I hate it and why it was terrible and how me as a non-developer could have made something so much better, which is which is not the truth because I don't know how to develop a game. But at the same time, it just made me feel bad because I didn't like the fact that Brawl Stars was in this situation where the players were rioting against the developers. So it really sucked for all of these people watching Squid Game and downloading Brawl Stars and then looking up content about Brawl Stars and what's the highest trending topic? Oh, it's Kairos time talking about how crappy
so
this
you're
update
responsible is what you're saying, man.
I'm not saying that I am, but I can't help but think that it had some of a negative impact on that.
Well, I think you're being too hard on yourself.
I'm not saying that myself personally,
no,
but the general sentiment within the community, the whole community, was that the update was not good.
Yeah. But of course, like, you got to remember too, is that even for every millions of viewers that you get, I mean, there's obviously millions of players that don't even consume anything, you know, and just download Brawl Stars and just enjoy it for what it is, and don't think too much about it after they put it away or whatever. And so I think that ultimately the game always stands on its own. But I want to go back to, like, I have so many different areas that I want to tackle on, and it parlays into the conversation regarding you're quitting Reddit, right? But I'm so interested in, this is the biggest thing. So I understand a few things about media in general after doing YouTube for a decade, and I'm sure you do as well. And one thing I understand is, and everybody intuitively knows that negativity sells. I mean, we get it, right? But
I mean, you just look at the title of my honest review. Like, if I would have said this update was justified and kind of annoying, but also fine, nobody would have clicked on the video.